Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zeng here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Rank where I climb the online Series 7 ladder and provide live commentary as I go. In the last episode, we featured a really interesting team with Tapu Koko and Thievful, so we'll be playing a couple more games with it today. And we're actually up against Eric Rios' Registeel team, which we just featured on Road to Rank a couple of games ago. So it's a really strong team. But I'm eager to see if Thievful and Tapu Koko can actually come out for us here. It's not bad. Snarl is valuable. Eric's team is very revolved around setup, but this is where Physical Koko could be really interesting because it baits out a like a light screen from the Grimmsnarl. So I'm thinking Thievful plus Koko. I think Volk and Primarina in the back. See, one thing is, one approach I could go is just set up Trick Room and go with Glastrier, but Glastrier gets hard-walled by the Registeel. So, yeah, definitely a really fun team. Once again, thank you to DragonairJordan for it. If you want to learn more details in the description below, feel free to check it out. There is a Rento and a Paste as well. And, yeah, the games yesterday were interesting. I think we led Thievful Koko in all of them, right? And so, you know, Thievful really supports its partners and allows it to set up with this team, which is really fun. And it was actually like the MVP of that first game yesterday, where it pretty much won us the game single-handedly. So, yeah. Thanks as always for watching Road to Rank. If you enjoy, please show support by leaving a like on the video. I really appreciate it. Question of the day. I want to know who your favorite in-game rival is. Let me know down in the comment section below. And let's get started. What are we up against here? There are a lot of combinations. Like, I think Grimmsnarl typically is a really good lead with that team. It is indeed going to be just the Grimmsnarl right away, but Landorus is scary because actually he gets an Intimidate off against us, which also isn't ideal. I wonder if you Swords Dance here. That'd be kind of interesting. Yeah, that's a good Landorus. I have Foul Play. The Intimidate here hampers us a lot, though, so I probably have to switch out Tapu Koko, unfortunately. What I'm thinking of is Go Koko into the... Go to Prim. What's the alternative? We're gonna get Max Quaked here, right? So it's not ideal. But Volcarona could actually... Oh, no, but they're Lumberry, aren't they? I don't think I can bring in Prim, because I feel like Prim is the best max option here. Okay, let's go into Volcarona and Foul Play. I mean, if Landorus maxes, like, Foul Play is going to do pretty good damage across the board. Thievful has that defense boost, which is kind of nice. If Landorus Swords Dances, that's even better for us, actually, because Thievful punishes that super heavily. So, good lead by my opponent. I think Koko does pretty well into most of the things that could have come out, but unfortunately not Landorus. If I wanted to counter Grimmsnarl or Landorus specifically, Bronzong is actually pretty good against that. Wow, okay, they launched Fake Out into Thievful. Is that a Swords Dance, though? I'll take that. I'll take that, because I can just Foul Play you twice now for a KO. Ideally, they actually Dynamax here. That'd be good for us. So, like, here, what I want to go for is a Rage Powder and a Foul Play. Yeah, I think Swords Dance there is actually good for us, and that's the cool thing about Foul Play. It punishes setup, physical setup really heavily. A good decision to not go for a Dynamax there, though. That was well played. But they set up Light Screen. I mean, does Foul Play just one-shot here? I was honestly expecting them to Dynamax. I think it should, to be honest, but let's see. Let's go. Don't sleep on Thievful. Huge. Okay, that's really good. I mean, we just got rid of Tapu Koko's biggest threat out of the way. Tapu Fini comes in, which is totally fine because I can Snarl and Light Screen this turn. And this is... Now Tapu Koko has electric terrain control later on in the match, which is also really valuable. Plus, we have Focus Sash on Volk, so things are going really well right now, I'd say. And that's the thing about Thievful. Like, that punish is just so nice. So, no more Intimidate's actually such a big deal here, because otherwise you can just, you know, switch in. Single Intimidate really hurts Koko. So I think Light Screen into Snarl here is fine. Yeah, I like that a lot, actually. That just sets ourselves up for the late game. Oh, interesting. They're going to just Dynamax Fini, it looks like, which is totally okay by me, because now I think Koko really thrives. In fact, I can finally get the Howl combination off. I bring in Tapu Koko, just go Howl, Max Lightning into Tapu Fini, and I think we're in a very good spot. Even if Fini max cards, it's fine. Although, actually, this turn we should survive anyway. I don't think Fini's knocking out either Pokemon here with Light Screen and Snarl. Okay, we get Snarl off. Oh, it looks like Grimmsnarl's not going to go for Reflect, which is good, because I don't think they expect it to be Physical Koko. So So if I'm expecting Spirit Break onto Thievful. But Light Screen plus Snarl against the Dynamax Feeny is so good when Feeny isn't boosted, because this thing is just going to do so little damage at this point. Okay, so Max Geyser comes out into Volk. Yep, that's fine. Oh my goodness, it didn't even do 50%. That's crazy. Okay, nice. So I think at this point, I mean, we're looking to just stall out our opponent's Dynamax. If anything, I actually want to get KO'd so that I just get a free switch in into the Tapu Koko. Thievful's going to take a Spirit Break. That's totally okay. Rain is up. I want Volcarona to faint here. There's really no point in going for anything else. Like, just Rage Powder and Snarl feels okay to me. And if... The thing is, I don't know if Volcarona faints because we're going to Snarl Feeny again. Alright, they switch out Grimmsnarl. That's fine. Registeel? Nice. Okay. I'm totally okay seeing that because Primarina actually might be our max option now. It could go either way. If you knock out the Volk here, I'm going to go Koko, Howl, Max Lightning into Registeel, I think. But I don't know if... Like, maybe I should have not Snarled there intentionally. But I think Dynamax Primarina, or actually even regular Primarina, should seal this up for us. So, yeah, it's another Max Geyser. That's fine. Does Volcarona faint? Does not, actually. Hilariously enough. Lefties comes out from Registeel. That's okay. Okay, so given this, I probably have to Dynamax the Feeny. I just really wanted to get the Howl combo off, but it's fine. Rage Powder plus... Foul Play here into Registeel. I could Will... Oh, and I can't Will-O-Wisp, right? Terrain is still up? That's correct. Snarl again. Even if I lose both Pokemon here, we're totally fine, right? Actually, yeah, because then we go Koko and then we just Wild Charge Max Geyser. And that should be good. I guess Feeny could switch out. I'm down to Fiery Dance and Foul Play the Registeel here. I wanted the free switch into Koko, so I actually probably shouldn't have Snarled last turn. Oh, they actually Max Guard Feeny. Okay, I wasn't even reading into that, but Feeny's not really a threat to me in this position. So, cool. Get some free damage off. I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be a Iron Defense this turn, which is why I think Primarina is actually probably our max option, because Registeel's bulky, but Rain is up. We have base 150 Max Geyser against it. Yeah, they go for Iron Defense. That's fine. I mean, this is going to drag out a little bit, but it's no worries. So if I were to replay this differently, instead of Snarling the second time around, I would have just Foul Played. This is a good example of where you want your opponent to pick up a KO so that you get a free switch in. So that Snarl was actually kind of questionable on my end. They just Muddy Water, right? Turns on Light Screen. One turn on Light Screen, +1 defense. They're playing towards a Registeel sweep, but Primarina can invalidate that. I'm going to just Fiery Dance and Foul Play Registeel here. Feeny might want to consider switching out. Okay, yeah. They protect. It's probably protect Muddy Water, but it's okay. Because I just need the switch-ins, because I've conserved my Dynamax, and my opponent's Dynamax is over. Given that you just protected Registeel, I have a safe target into that next turn with the Max Geyser. So we can just Wild Charge Max Geyser next turn. I think that should be a double KO. Oh, Thievful survives. I didn't want that. It's okay. Yeah, let's go into Primarina now. And if we have terrain control, we should be good in this late game. Pretty sure Geyser and Rain. Oh, they do have Light Screen up. I guess Registeel maybe survives that. But it's base 150, boosted by the Mystic Water as well, which is good. It's Dynamax, Geyser. I don't care about Feeny at all here. And I guess we can Snarl to keep decreasing Feeny's offensive output. Yeah, Feeny switches out. That was expected. Let's see if we one-shot Registeel here with the double up. I mean, it's not really a double up. Yeah, I wanted Thievful to faint. I think if Thievful fainted, this was pretty much a wrap. Because Koko plus Prim put on so much offensive pressure. So, yeah, once again, this is an interesting game because it highlights how, like, sometimes you want certain defensive / like supportive Pokemon to faint so that you get a free switch into something more offensive. And, like, Primarina and Koko are what really carry us in this match, right? Okay. They go for the double. I like that a lot, honestly, because I think they realize that they're kind of in a tricky position. They're kind of stuck at this point, so I think that's a good decision on their end. Fortunately for us, they don't get it, which is great. Okay, we get Max Geyser off. Let's see if that's enough for a one-hit KO. Boosted by Rain, 150. It's not, actually. Wow. And rain stops now. It's a testament to how bulky Registeel can be. But it's okay. Like, the Registeel can't do anything right now, and I think another Geyser should finish it off at this point. My light screen's gone. That's okay. I'm not really taking that much special damage at this point. I still have Tapu Koko in the back. I might Starfall here into Grimmsnarl. I mean, if I'm Registeel, would I protect here? Probably. And if I knock out Grimmsnarl, you can't reflect. I doubt you reflect here. Okay, I'm down to Starfall. I mean, Grimmsnarl doesn't do anything for my opponent, though, right? I don't feel like I need to Starfall, so I think it's safer to still just Geyser. And Foul Play. Yeah, they do end up going for Protect, but it's okay. Because, like, if by not KOing Grimmsnarl, I don't give them a free switch into Tapu Fini, which I think works for us. Yeah, we get the rain up. I mean, the only problem is that terrain is not going to be in my favor. But without Reflect or Intimidate, I don't know if they're going to Reflect. Oh, they Spirit Break Prim. I actually think my opponent defensively played this really well. Like, they never just knock something out to give me a free switch in, right? Which I think is actually really, really smart. Okay. We just target Registeel one more time here. Foul Play. Like, I'm just waiting for this Thievful to faint. I really wish that Muddy Water connected earlier. But it's okay. Like, I feel good about our positioning. It's just dragging on for a little bit longer. Oh, that's a great switch. But now we get terrain control, so actually I don't mind that at all. Because the Registeel is not really much of a problem in this late game for us. Okay, so Misty surges up. It's really whether or not they expect the physical Tapu Koko here. Get a little bit of chip on a Grimmsnarl. Get Geyser off. Pretty good damage on a Fini. Like, every little bit of chip matters, right? Because it puts it closer in Wild Charge KO range. Just Spirit Break on a Primarina, which is fine. I think this next turn I can Snarl Moonblast into Grimmsnarl, as I think they go for another Light Screen. And once again, I don't think they expect physical Koko in the back, so that should seal it up for us, I think, in this end game. But here I want to Moonblast and Foul Play. Or sorry, no, Snarl. Yeah. And Koko is our win con now. But it is kind of annoying because I still haven't picked up a KO, right? It's just dragging out for a little bit longer than I'd like, but I think it's still fine to play this way. Yeah, Light Screen goes up. Yeah, I think this is where Wild Charge honestly comes up huge for us. Especially because we actually have terrain control in this position, which is really, really nice. And they don't have a safe switching into physical Magnet Wild Charge at this point, which is also really good. Okay, they're going to Moonblast. My opponent's playing this really well, though, because they're not giving me the free switching into Koko this entire time, which is annoying, but that's exactly how they should be playing, so props to them. Yeah, I'm just gonna Moonblast and Snarl again. I just need a Pokemon to faint, so then I can bring in Tapu Koko, because that's our main win condition. The way we lose this is if we carelessly switch in Tapu Koko, because we need that to not take any damage. If I switch in and I get crit by a Moonblast, we actually will probably lose the game, so sometimes you just have to play patient, as painful as it might be. But I think maybe Thievful finally faints here. Oh, this thing is too bulky. Eat up an accuracy drop, okay. Even though Primarina has all these special attack drops, like, it's fine. Grimmsnarl finally goes down. Nice. That was to a crit. Yeah, I mean, like, the longer games drag on against Eric's team, you know, the more prone, obviously, you are to taking a critical hit just because more attacks are coming out. So Registeel should come out. This should be... Koko should lock this up for us at this point. I just want Thievful to faint. I'm down to Hyper Voice here and Snarl. We just need Koko into Wild Charge and we should be good. If Registeel doesn't protect, it should be a KO. And if it protects, Fini should get a knockout onto something. Okay, Reggie doesn't protect. Nice. Unless Registeel survives a Hyper Voice here? I mean... Dude, this Thievful does not want to faint today. Can it just faint? I just need Koko in. Oh my gosh. I mean, this is hilarious, but I'm just waiting to get the free switching into Coco. Okay, nice. Registeel feints. Yeah, I mean, it's game over with Coco in the back, but, like, I think this game could have ended 5 minutes faster. That being said, you have to always consider... Like, the reason I didn't switch in is because it's very careless to switch in Tapu Koko in this kind of match, because if it gets crit, if it hits an accuracy drop, it's really bad for us. And at this point, like, Thievful's still putting in work with these snarls, right? So it's not like it's completely useless. So just play safe if you know you have a guaranteed win condition, and Coco was the guaranteed win con here. I just needed the safe opportunity to get it in freely, and I never did. And those Muddy Water misses actually, yeah, dragged on the game longer. But, I mean, Thievful was incredible there, right? It got rid of we traded Landers for... We didn't even trade. We just got a free knockout onto that. Just like Coco could have really swept through this endgame if... All I needed to do, if I wanted this game to go faster, was to not click Snarl the second time against Dynamax Tapu Fini. Because then, Volcarona feints, I get Coco in for free, and then I can probably just go Howl, Max Lightning into the Registeel slot. But I felt like it was better to probably, play towards Dynamax Prim in this game. Okay, what do we got here? Regirock. This might be another Max Primarina game. Actually, Bronzong's kind of cool here, right? Iron Defense Body Press is really good into my opponent's team. Is it? I mean, it's actually only really the Kartana and the Regirock that helps against. Well, they have 4 physical attackers. What if I just went Thievful Coco again? The problem with that, once again, is the Landorus, like we saw in the last match, especially because I don't really have a great switch-in into it. I mean, I could just try to go Trick Room, but, like, I don't know. Thievful Coco's fun. I guess they do have dual Intimidate here. Yeah, actually, Coco's really not that great here, I think. Sadly. So maybe we try to set up Trick Room. Like, Volcarona plus Bronzong's pretty interesting. Blaster in the back. Primarina is the last one. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I love Thievful Tapu Koko, but I think because we're physical and because my opponent has Landers and Hitmontop, that's already dual Intimidate. In addition, I can't really foul play the Hitmontop for a lot. And in addition to the dual Intimidate, Coco also just doesn't do that much damage, even Dynamaxed, because Coco's biggest strength is going to be that Max Lightning boosted by Magnet, Electric Terrain, and Howl. Just aren't really in a position to go for the combination. Yeah, they lead double Intimidate here, so glad I did not lead Thievful Coco here. Will-O-Wisp here is really interesting. But if I'm my opponent, what am I going for? Fake out Max Rockfall into Vulcan? Or even just Rockside, TBH. But I don't care about the Intimidate, that's fine. Like, honestly, I think this is great for us, because if I just get Trick Room up, I think it's totally worked. But I'm also down to Will-O-Wisp into Landers here, and Trick Room. I don't think I need to follow me here. Because I can punish... If I burn Landers, that completely shuts it down. Like, burnt Landers feels very sad. So, like, I'd be down for that here. If Hitmontop goes fake out onto Volcarona, that's fine. I would think you fake out Rock Slide. I guess the only problem there is that you could flinch, but if you... Okay, they're actually going to commit a Dynamax. I am more than okay with that, because as soon as you commit a Max to that, it means Glastrier is looking very good. I guess it could be Dynamax Hitmontop, but that would make no sense. Yeah. Cool, I'll take that. I guess the one problem is if you're Lumberry, or if you went fake out into the... Dusclops, or sorry, not Dusclops, into Bronzong. Rockfall goes off into KOs with the sand. There's fake out. Yeah, onto Bronzong. Okay. Like, if we burn a Dynamax Pokemon on turn 1, it's just huge. So let's see if they're Lumberry or not. Lum is decently common on Landorus, so... Nice, they're not lummed. Okay, and they Airstream instead of, like, Rock Falling, so we should survive because of Sash. Still did a ton of damage, but I'll take that. Yeah, I think this is just Rage Powder, Trick Room turn 2, get Glastrier in turn 3, Iron Defense, go from there. So, I think this is great for us. That's why I wanted a Will-O-Wisp. I love this Volcarona set. So let's Rage Powder and Trick Room here. Once we get Trick Room up, we can get these free switching into Glastrier, and then just max Hailstorm plus Iron Defense / Body Press. And those are all great. So, yeah, I think, like, Coco Thievful is really fun, but it's not good against Intimidators. And Landers is definitely going to be one of your bigger threats to it. If my opponent just had Landers, like in the last game, I knew it was going to be Swords Dance Landers, which is why I was like, okay, Thievful's really, really good in shutting that down. But in this match, it doesn't really do much, especially because there's a Hitmontop. Sure, I have the defense boost from Electric Seed, but close combat, obviously, is going to hurt. And I just don't put on enough offensive pressure with Coco. If you're leading Thievful Coco, you want the Coco to basically actually pressure with a one-hit KO. Definitely not happening against a Hitmontop Landers lead. At best, you could maybe knock out Hitmontop, but yeah, it doesn't feel great. Okay, they're gonna go for Max Quake. I'm really surprised they didn't Rockfall turn 1, but perhaps they thought it'd be overkill. And they wanted the speed boost, like that makes sense. But I don't think Hitmontop can deny us Trick Room here. Let's see. Huh, that's cool. I've actually never seen that before. Coaching Hitmontop, wow. That is a really cool tech. Cool. But we get Trick Room up, so it's fine. Pretty sure Hailstorm should still KO Landers here. I mean, close combat from Hitmontop's kind of scary. I wish I had policy in this position, but I think it's fine. Yeah, I mean, I'm down to Dynamax, Hailstorm, and go for Iron Defense here. I guess I could, like, if Hitmontop had taken Chip, I'd target that slot instead. But because Landorus is burnt, but has that single attack boost, it still can do a decent... I mean, I don't think you're doing that much, but, what's the item on Landorus? We saw Airstream and Quake, so it doesn't really indicate anything. Those are the two moves you always have. Just trying to see if I could identify whether it's Assault Vested or not. Because a fair amount of Landuses don't carry Protect or any move that allows them to max guard, but obviously Swords Dance Landorus, you can turn the Swords Dance into a max guard. I was thinking of max guarding myself, but I don't think that's really worth it, because I don't think Clashter is an immediate threat of taking a lot of damage here. If anything, Hitmontop switching out would make sense. Yeah, exactly. Into Regirock, that's totally okay with me. Because I think Bronzong wins us this game, actually, with Iron Defense and Body Press. And also, Glacier can snowball this really, really quickly. And the other cool thing is that we have White Herb, so we actually don't care about that Intimidate as Hitmontop comes in the first time around. So we'll be at neutral attack instead of -1. Actually, no, sorry, we'll be at +1 should we KO Landorus. Because we'll get the Chilling Nay off, which is really, really nice. Just want to be careful of, like, activating a policy on Regirock. Okay, nice. They don't max guard. That's huge. Iron Defense Bronzong should be super good for us in this end game. See if this one-shots after defense boost on Landers. Maybe, but, I mean, Posture is so strong. Yeah, it's still one-hit KO. Nice. If that survived, I'd be really impressed. Nice. So this you can see the Volcarona set really shine through here. It's not... I mean, Volcarona in general is not a very common Pokemon, right? So I think when players go up against it, they don't know what to expect. Quiver Dance, for example, could be more offensive. The defensive Sash plus Will-O-Wisp plus Light Screen, I think, is a really, really cool combination. And it's, you know, Volk is one of the least common redirection users. Obviously, people are going to prioritize like a Mungus, Indeedee, Togekiss, although not nearly as common in Series 7 as previously, but all of those, you know, quickly add up. So Hitmontop comes out, that's fine. Yeah, I might maybe just want to Iron Defense again. Wait, does White Herb? For some reason, I thought White Herb would restore the Intimidate there. I don't know why I thought that. Not that it makes too much of a difference. Like, I feel good about our position, but whoops. I'll Knuckle here into Hitmontop, because I don't think Hailstorm's KO. Oh, actually, here's what we can do. We can Hailstorm and Body Press into it. Yeah, Regirock's not that much of an issue right now, given that we have the Dynamax advantage. Things are looking pretty good. Actually, yeah, with Primarina in the back, Primarina obviously does really well into both of these. So I'd rather just KO Hitmontop and force this to be a 3v2 as quickly as possible. They probably Fake Out, yeah, but that's fine. Because now Hitmontop's definitely going down to any attack next turn. And while Regirock is a slow Pokemon, it's not going to outspeed Bronzong plus Glastrier here for us. Okay, Hitmontop hangs on with the Sliver. That's fine. A little unfortunate, but, like, it's not that big of a deal. They're going to Rock Slide there. So I can just max Knuckle to KO Hitmontop this next turn. That activates Chilling Nay, so we get to +2 attack immediately. Unless they Faint from Hail? Okay, good. I don't want them to Faint from Hail. So, can go for a Knuckle here. And how many turns of Trick Room are left? Still 2. So I'm going to go for another Iron Defense here. Regirock's completely walled by Bronzong, and if their last one's Cortana, Cortana, you know, should Faint to a Body Press plus Close Combat combo. Getting to +2 attack means Glastrier is looking really good as well, so yeah. But the lead matchups are so important because, yeah, I think if I just went Thievful Coco here, this would have been a very, very difficult game for us. So glad I ended up not going with that. I just feel bad because when I feature teams on Road Ranked, obviously I like to feature like the coolest combinations. But you just like you can't force the same combo every time if you want to win. You have to identify when it's good to bring and when it's not so good to bring. But Thievful did not want to faint that first game. Okay, cool. So we're at +4 defense, +2 attack. Sorry, +4 defense on the Bronzong, +2 attack on the Glastrier, which is obviously incredible. And we still have 1 turn of Trick Room, and they protected Regirock, so they'll need to go for a double if they want to survive. Otherwise, this is going to be a 3v1 very quickly. I just don't know if Body Press one-shots in this range. I don't know, like, my Bronzong Body Press damage calcs at all, to be honest. What's the last one? Feeny, Kartana. Oh, it's a Lecky. Okay. I guess that could actually be a problem if you get a double. Like, I want to just close combat into a Lecky and Body Press here. The other question is whether or not Regieleki has Protect. Most of them don't carry it nowadays. Nice. Okay, no Pokemon protects. But I wanted to spread my damage there. Oh, that actually doesn't carry Regirocky. Yeah, I wasn't sure. And it is policy, but it's fine because Aleki didn't protect. So close combat here wins the game. Because Hail should just take out both Pokemon even if Aleki is sashed. Yeah, it's not sashed. Nice. But Bronzong plus Glastrier was going to be really good against anything my opponent had in the back. I guess Feeney's the main thing I don't want to see there, but like I think Prim boosted Bronzong plus boosted Glastrier can deal with it decently well at this point in the game. Okay, so this is where White Herb comes into effect. Rock Slide comes out. Bronzong actually dodges it. Got him fortunate with the dodges, but obviously didn't really matter there. Glastrier actually hangs on as well, impressively enough, and I think Hail should KO the Regirock here. Let's see. Yeah, that's enough. Nice. Nice. Will-O-Wisp was the huge tech here, and I think that's Will-O-Wisp is a really good move. Like, I've lost to Will-O-Wisp and Incineroar a bunch, especially when playing with Glastrier. So, it's one of my favorite moves in the game. As you guys know, I have a lot of history with it, but I think it's also really good in a Dynamax format, right? Because if you burn a physical Pokemon as a Dynamax is, it just doesn't do nearly as much as your opponent would like for it to do. And this is a really big deal. Shutting down your opponent's Maximon early will often create such big advantages that you can just run away with the game. So that's why I went for it on turn 1, because I figured even in the worst case, they fake out into the Volk and double. Well, if they had Lumberry, that could have gotten a little bit ugly, so I guess we're lucky that they didn't have Lum there. Entei. It's not a bad Coco game, especially because I think my opponent's going to be baited into thinking it's special rather than physical. I suppose Metagross is the problem here, though. Not particularly fond of going up against that. The interesting is that Volcarona can Will-O-Wisp it. Feeny obviously controls terrain for my opponent, which can be kind of tough, but Coco can switch into it. Oh, but I can Foul Play with Thievful. Hold on. Yeah, I keep forgetting about how good of a move Foul Play is. It's actually so good. Okay, Thievful, Coco, Primarina for sure. Volk is valuable for a Light Screen here. But that's it, right? Fiery Dance into Metagross as well, I suppose. But I don't think Bronzong or Glastrier is significantly better. And Light Screen helps against Tapu Fini, as we saw in that first game. So, yeah. Thievful Coco's not bad here. It could be very good, actually, depending on what my opponent leads. So let's see. Because it can punish a lot of things pretty heavily. Unfortunately, we just haven't really gotten the ball rolling with Coco. Like, you know, just pick up a KO every turn. Okay, they go Grimmsnarl Entei. I think that's okay. Especially because I think Entei might be tempted to Snarl here. I'm just worried about Sacred Fire burn onto Coco. That's my one fear. I guess the other question is whether or not Max Lightning can actually one-shot the Entei here. But, I kind of want to Dynamax and just Max Lightning. I'd probably rather KO Grimmsnarl. And actually Howl here. We can finally Howl, I just think I probably need a Fake Out this turn. But I want to KO Grimmsnarl just because, like, that Pokemon's just a nuisance. It sticks on the field for a long time. Actually, if I one-shot Entei, maybe it was better to target it there. They could Dynamax Entei too? And I guess the last possibility I didn't consider is just Trick Full Incense on turn 1. That's also a possibility from their end. And there's a lot they can do here. But I think, yeah, because Cocos are so typically special, light screen here would make more sense. You fake out Thievful. Wow, okay. Nice. Well done. They go for the reflect, so I'm guessing they know it's physical Coco. Because otherwise I could have just... Or maybe they were like, you know... actually, yeah, reflect doesn't help against... it helps against Glastrier in the back, yeah. Howl's pretty cool, though. We finally get that off. Oh, wait. Sash? Oh, he has like 1 HP. We don't get burnt, though, at least, which is nice. I'm gonna go for another Howl and Max Lightning into Entei. Wow, that literally looks like 1 or 2 HP. That's unfortunate. Yeah, so... I bet they've seen this combo then. Yeah, I mean, it's not crazy to think that it's physical Coco, right? I think probably if you look at Thievful Coco, more often than not, Coco is physical. So, good recognition on my opponent's end. Like, well done. Because I think if they light screen there, we get to punish them super heavily. So they bring an instant for an Intimidate, which means I don't think I'm KOing Entei. I wonder if Foul Play Lightning would have done enough. Maybe. This is still +1 Magnet boosted Max Lightning, so let's see. Oh, it's so close on both of these Mons, but not enough. They go for another Sacred Fire. Wow, somehow we did not get burnt in 2 hits. That's really, really lucky. Who does my opponent Dynamax at this point? Feeny, Metagross, or Moltres? Metagross and Moltres are a big problem. Actually, I think we can deal with all of those decently well, which is good. Is there a reason to max Airstream? Not really. In fact, it just reveals that I have Airstream. Yeah, I don't think the Speed Boost really does anything for us here. And Lightning does more because of terrain being up, so I'm gonna just max Lightning, Entei, and Howl again. Okay, they switch Entei out. Maybe into Grimmsnarl? Yeah, that's a good play. Really good play. Because you sack the Grimmsnarl to conserve Entei. Oh, I could have targeted the Instant here. Maybe that was the play. I think I like that more. We finally get the Howl combo off, though, which is fun. So Grimm goes down. This isn't bad. Like, we've distributed a ton of damage across the board. They're going to Parting Shot into us. Yeah, which means you can recycle Intimidate now. I wonder if, yeah... If I just want Howl, Lightning into Instant there. It's actually really difficult for my opponent to come back from that because they lose... They most likely lose Incineroar in that position, and then you're down to Entei and Grimmsnarl both under 10%. Metagross is my opponent's last one, so this is where Foul Play, I think, comes up huge. I think you bring Incineroar back in right now if you're my opponent. Yeah. They still have Reflect up. We have Primarina in the back. They didn't bring Feeny, so this is where Volcarona actually maybe comes up huge for us in this endgame, right? Because I can just Will-O-Wisp and Hyper Voice. Yeah, I think Volk is really good here. I don't think I want to activate Metagross Policy yet. Because it's not KOing anyway. I'd rather burn it. So I think I'm content to Wild Charge here. And I think it's fine to protect Thievful in this position. You Dynamax Metagross, that's your amount to play around now. I have Volk, and if I burn you, burnt Metagross doesn't do that much, and I think the way I play this is basically Volcarona plus Primarina in this endgame. And use those to clean up the game. Volk for redirection. I mean, Primarina can just spam Hyper Voices. I suppose Grimmsnarl can set up a light screen, though, so... Oh, wait, no, Grimmsnarl is gone, what am I saying? Yeah, that's good. I got it mixed up with the instant here. Actually, maybe double protecting is better there. But I kind of want the free switch in here. Okay, they actually fake out into Thievful. That's fine by me. You know what I like more there? I think Wild Charging into Metagross. Quake. They actually Steel Spike, okay. Oh, into Thievful. Okay. I like that, I think. Recognizing Thievful is kind of a threat here. But I think now what I can do is just Howl Wild Charge into... Yeah, Instant, right? And I think that's a KO. Oh, no. They got a defense boost, so it's not a KO. Last turn to Reflect. Last turn to Terrain as well, right? I mean, it looks like kind of a roll in the instant, but no reason to risk it, I think. Can they KO both of my Pokemon here? That would be a problem if they did, right? I went Howl Wild Charge, but I don't think that's the best play, because I don't think it shouldn't KO Incineroar. If it KO'd Incineroar, that was definitely the move. But it shouldn't. Oh, it actually was enough. Never mind. Ah, we crit. That's a really fortunate crit. We definitely had a lot of good RNG in this game, so that one definitely mattered. I'm assuming it wouldn't have KO'd otherwise, given that the first one did under 50. Oh my goodness, Thievful survives that though. Wow, okay. So my opponent couldn't have picked up a double KO there anyway, so I think we're probably good regardless. We still have Volk and Primarina in the back, so Thievful Coco came out in full force in this game. It's really impressive. Entei comes out. Yeah, I mean, the main thing about Metagross is just don't activate its weakness policy. Play around it, and then you should be good. I'm just going to Wild Charge Entei and Foul Play it. Enteis are Assault Vested most of the time. I don't think Metagross is AB. I think it's likely to be Policy here. Yeah, so they E-Speed. But as long as we KO Entei, it's a 2v1. We win with Volcarona and Primarina in the back. Okay, so there's Foul Play. Good. It was definitely a fortunate crit onto the Entei, or sorry, onto the Incin. Like, I still like our position because like Volcarona and Prim are so good in this endgame for us, but it made this drastically easier, and I think that it's a very even game without the crit there, because Incin gets to cycle either out with a parting shot or just pick up a knockout on something with a Flare Blitz. But Thievful hanging on, like in the end, my opponent's Metagross got one attack off, right? And I wanted something to feign so I could get in Volcarona to just Will-O-Wisp onto the Metagross. Like that's kind of what I was fishing for. The main thing is that Thievful Coco put in a lot of work damage-wise in the early game, to the point where like my opponent had their Dynamax, but the supporting cast around the Dynamax was so weakened, they couldn't really do very much. Alright, so I'm just going to Hyper Voice here. And I'm going to opt for Will-O-Wisp over anything else, because I don't want to activate a weakness policy on the Metagross. Actually, I suppose because we're Focus Sashed, it's fine to Fiery Dance, but... Well, Hyper Voice did so much. They actually did have Rock Slide. I wasn't sure if they were faster, and what I didn't want was... Yeah, actually, there's one way in which we could have lost, and it was, if I Fiery Dance, I activate a weakness policy, your Metagross is faster than Primarina, you Rock Slide flinch my Primarina, and then you Bullet Punch KO Volk. Although we're probably still fine, because Hyper Voice did so much. So, never mind. But because we were sashed here, I think we could have played this out into multiple different ways. Nice. Yeah. Two things saved us there, obviously, being sashed and being faster than Metagross. The combination of that was really, really good for us. So, yeah, that was a really fun set of games today. I mean, Thievful Coco did great in the games that it came out in. Was like Clay Grimmsnarl, AV Entei. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. Wonder what the roll is on this. 202, 101. I'm curious. I want to do the calc real quick. Let's see. Tapu Coco, Grimmsnarl. Because it literally looked like it survived with 1 HP. 202. It has it actually has a fair amount of defensive investment. A lot, actually. Wow. That is 124 EVs. Dang. Okay, so Wild Charge. 252. Maxed. +1, and then Reflect was up. Right? Am I looking at this right? Ah. It's a very slim chance to one-shot, so my opponent was going to survive there most of the time. It's like 1/16 basically to survive. To start to KO. That's good to know. What about on the Entei? Well, Entei actually took it even better, so yeah. Incin... Yeah, it was Policy Metagross. That's what I want to play around. Tough for them to bring in Moltres or Feeny into a Coco matchup. So, yeah. I think in this one, that's what you want to do with Thievful Coco ideally. So out of 6 games, we finally get one in which we just lead it and like howl a bunch and put on a lot of offensive pressure. But we were never in immediate risk of taking too much damage ourselves. And my opponent's max options in that game were primarily going to be... We got really lucky in this game, right? We avoided 2 Sacred Fire Burns and we got that crit. So I think the crit, we were still in a pretty good position at that point. But if Coco gets burnt on turn 1 or turn 2, they shut us down really, really heavily. So I think my opponent played that well, and we were just fortunate to not have get burned. They recognized that we were physical Coco, which was great on their end. So, yeah. I mean, I could have targeted Entei turn 1. I could have targeted the Instant. A bunch of different plays we could have gone for. But in the end, yeah, I think it's when I have to sit down and think about what I do better, because the lead looked good, but the burn potential from Sacred Fire is so high, especially when you go for it twice. Like, most of the time we come out of the first 2 turns negatively, and that's not good. So, yeah, I think my opponent played well. We just got lucky to not get burnt. So, we'll take those, but I gotta sit and reflect and think what I could have done. Like, Primarina lead into that may have been better. But, I don't know. Thievful Coco was really fun there. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the team. Thank you so much to DragonairJordan for it once again. And, yeah, check out details in the description below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you all next time. Alright, peace.